Hello, SBL fans out there. I'm Ace Trainer Josh, and I'm bringing you my Week 1 battle versus Sky Trainer Silver and whatever his team is. I don't know, but this week we're going up against his squad of Sticky Web and Goffitel. With Entei. But yeah, if you don't know what my team is, I made a team builder. But if you don't want to check it out because you don't really care, I'll just go over my team really quick. I have defensive manatee for his physical walls. Wall breaking mega camera, max special attack, Electra standard max special attack, max HP AV with Thunderbolt Volt Switch, HP Ice, and Flamethrower. Mungus with Spore, Sludge Bomb, Giga Drain, and Toxic, yeah. Sylveon with Toxic, Wish, Protect, and Hyper Voice, and Garchomp with Stealth Rock, Earthquake, Outrage, and Fire Blast. So yeah, this is one of the very few occasions in League history where you'll see two Garchomps in the field because literally no one ever drafts Mega Garchomp, so it's pretty cool to see. I have my normal Garchomp, and he has his Mega Garchomp. So yeah, without further ado, I might as well go over what's going to go down. I'm going to leave it on my Mega Camera because it has a pretty good matchup versus his whole team. And worst case scenario, he leads with his Garchomp, in which I have a pretty safe switch into my Manaphy. So yeah, that is what's going to go down as I lead with my Krakatoa, and he's going to lead with his Leavanny. And that's a pretty smart play considering I don't have hazard removal this week. I didn't really prep for Sticky Web, like I said in my team builder. So pretty much he's guaranteed the Sticky Web here. But yeah, I'm going to Mega Evolve in the very first turn of the season for Mega Camerupt. He misses his Fire Blast. And yeah, that's unfortunate because it would have put it down to his Sash, and he would have been forced to go for a Sticky Web, and I would not have lost any HP on my Mega Camerupts. But he's going to be able to get a Sticky Web up as I go for Flash Cannon just so I can hit. Doesn't even do half, so now I have to click Fire Blast. He's going to go for Leaf Blade, and it almost does half to me, and I click Fire Blast, and I kill the Leavanny this time. And the unfortunate part here is that I lost almost 50% when I could have easily avoided that by hitting the Fire Blast, but it's fine because I don't really need the HP too much on my camera, but it would have been great to possibly have it so I could switch it to other Pokemon, such as a Sacred Fire from Entei. Now I get 2 killed if it's banded. So now he's gonna send out his British T-Tar, which is a pretty cool name. And at this point, I'm just gonna switch into my Manaphy because it's my best switching. And he's actually gonna go from T-Tar straight into Garchomp as I go into my Manaphy. And this is okay because, for one, I get to set up the Rain Dance, and I get to get rid of his Sand Force right off the bat. So that'll be great. And that is indeed what I'm going to do, as I'm going to lose my HP a little bit, but I get it back from leftovers, as he's going to Mega Evolve, become the Mega Garchomp, and he goes for a Substitute, which is pretty interesting, because I don't know what he was predicting there, if I was going to switch or something. But I am going to set up the Rain, and Earthquake's only going to do 37%, as Scald easily breaks the sub, so this is great, because Manaphy's already doing its job by shutting down his physical threats, such as Mega Garchomp. So, yeah, this is great. I'm really happy with what's going down right now. So, yeah, at this point, I'm pretty sure he's going to switch, so I'm going to double into my Electros, I think. Yeah, I do double into my Electros, predicting that he would go into the Shaman. As he goes for Seed Flare, and he does unfortunately miss, which is unfortunate because he would have been able to get damage off on my McNeil, but it didn't matter too much because I was AV. And he was leftover, so he didn't have any life. He didn't have a life orb or a choice spec, so it wasn't going to do too much. Anyways, I'm going to go into my lose memes as he goes into Goffitel, and I could have won in the game, but guess what? I predict that, and I go straight to my Mega Camerupts. So, yeah, you can call that the game-winning double, or like the game-saving double at least, because, that could have been terrible if I would have been trapped in there, because I didn't have anything to do to it. And, he does reveal that he is the Calm Mind set later on. Well, actually, right now, as you'll see, as the rain does stop, and he will go for the Calm Mind, as I go for the Fire Blast, no, Earth Power, just because it's accurate, most accurate. And it only does 31%, he's only a +1, so at this point, this is the best time to go for the Explosion so I can get out of here. And I get a critical hit, and I kill it. And according to the according to the spread that he was running, I was only able to do 71% at the max. So yeah, crit definitely mattered, which is definitely unfortunate, but what are you going to do about it? It didn't really matter because my Garchomp outsped according to what he told me. Even after the sticky weapon, I would have been able to kill it. So, it's okay. Anyways, he goes in the Shaman, as I'm going to switch out to my lose memes, my dedicated switching, because I don't want my Garchomp taking damage. And he's going to go for the HP Ice, does 0. It only does 24%. Going to go back to 82 or 83% after Black Sludge, as I'm going to just click the Sludge Bomb here. As he goes for a Sidekick, and it only does 34%, just proves how weak it is without a Life Orb or Choice Spec sometimes. Because if he was Choice Specs, I would easily do half. Anyways, I'm going to go back over 50%, as he does reveal the Rest, so he is the Gen 4 Rest Natural Cure set, but that's still a pretty viable set nowadays, so, So I'm pretty sure at this point he is going to switch, so I'm going to click the Spore, because there's no reason to stay in. No way that Sludge Bomb's doing that much. And he's going to go into the British T-Tar, as I get to put the T-Tar to sleep, so that's great. So T-Tar's asleep, so that means my Sylveon or my Garchomp can hit it pretty hard. And especially considering if this is defensive, my Garchomp does outspeed even after Sticky Web because I'm max speed. Hasty Nature, actually. And now he's going to switch, and he's going right back into Chomper as I go for the Grass Knot, and this does 26%. So this is kind of bad because he's Sand Force right now, and Earthquake's going to just do a lot to anything. But at this point, I know he won't click the Dragon move because I have a Sylveon. So I'm going to make a pretty fun set of plays right here, as I'm going to go into my Magneto Eel, and he is going to go for the sub, actually. I thought he was going to go for the Earthquake, and that's pretty bad, because now I'm pretty sure he is going to click the Dragon move. So I'm going to go into my Sylveon here. I'm trying to waste the Sand turns just in case he isn't the Smooth Rock. He goes for the Outrage, and sadly you're not locked into Outrage when you hit a Fairy type, so I know I can't stand and eat an EQ, even though I will live it. I don't want to take that much damage. So now I'm going to go into my Magneto Eel, predicting the Earthquake. But he actually goes for the Iron Head, so now I'm pretty sure unless he has Sword Dance, he doesn't. I'm pretty sure he has Earthquake. I'm not sure if I actually ever see it during the match, but I'm pretty sure he does because you don't run out just Outrage as your stab. Anyways, I find out that he is Smooth Rock, and I don't want to play this game anymore because I figure he might eventually predict my switches. So, and best case scenario, he clicked Outrage and locked himself into Outrage, and this is great because Hyper Force does go right through sub. So Sylveon's gonna be able to kill the Garchomp right here, which is great. As he goes for the Outrage, I'm immune to it because I'm a Fairy type. And I get the kill on the Mega Garchomp, which is great because that was one of his biggest offensive threats that could possibly hurt my team. Now, at this point, all I have to do is make smart switches, and I pretty much, win the game by just switching into my walls that he can't really break, really. Anyways, he goes into his Entei. I have like a pretty great switch into this thing called Manaphy. I go for the Protect just in case he is like banded and I can scout what he's going for. He goes straight for the Sacred Fire, so I'm pretty sure that is what he's gonna click against my Manaphy. So I go straight into my Manaphy. Best case scenario, he doesn't burn me, and I don't have to go straight for the Rain Dance, but he does burn me, which is unfortunate. But what are you gonna do about it? At this point, I'm just gonna click the Rain Dance, and once I get my burn healed, I'm gonna be at a pretty good amount of HP. He goes for the E Speed, does 21%, and that means I'm not in range of E Speed. I am in range of Stun Edge if he does have it. But he doesn't go for this. He doesn't go for it, so I'm not sure if he doesn't have Stun Edge or not. As I go for the rest, and my Manaphy is now back at full, which is huge because now I easily switch into the Entei again, and my team isn't going to get destroyed by it right now. So now I'm going to switch into my dedicated wall called my Amoonguss. He is going to predict that and go for the Psychic, but it just doesn't do anything. It only does 32%. He doesn't get any drops, and he didn't go for the Sea Flare trying to get a drop on me either, which might have actually been his better play, but that's great. As now he's going to go into his T-Tar, which I probably should have predicted. I should have gone for the Grass Knot, and Sludge Bomb's not going to do anything because, the boost in special defense and all that. Now I'm going to go for the Grass Knot here, as I'm going to hit it, and it only does 43%. And I'm not the type of guy that wants to stay in and eat a hit, but I'm going to hope he stays asleep, and he does stay asleep. And now that was the full turn of sleep, so now he is waking up next turn. And at this point, I'm not defensive, I'm specially defensive, so I don't want to eat a Stun Edge or a Crunch from this thing. And so I'm going to switch to my Garchomp, because if he does click Crunch, he dies to Rough Skin. Stun Edge is not very effective on me, so that's what I was hoping to happen, but he goes straight for the Ice Beam. I'm not sure if that was a prediction or just wanted super effective damage off of my Amoonguss, but that was the greatest play for him, that's for sure. Because now my Garchomp only has one hit left in him. So at this point, I'm just going to click the Earthquake. And I'm going to see if I'm faster. I can see if he's defensive. And he was defensive because I outsped. So Garchomp is going to get the kill without, he's going to get the kill with his last hit by the Life Orb. He's going to go back into Silver as I go into my Manaphy. I was thinking he would go into Entei. But, I'm just gonna go right back into my Amoonguss. I mean, it's just not a problem. Like I between Manaphy and Entei, I have pretty decent switch-ins, and he does go for the Sea Flare that time, and he does get the drop. So the only problem here is that now I have to switch into my Sylveon, eat a Psychic, which he's gonna go for. I mean, he can't go for the Sea Flare twice in a row. As he goes for the Psychic, doesn't do anything. And after Sand, I will be back at 82%. And at this point, I know he's going to click the C flare again, so I'm going to go right back in my. Actually, no, I lied. I knew I would be able to eat a C flare unless he got the drop, and even if he did get the drop, I'd go for Protect here, and I'd be able to get all my HP back. He goes for the C flare again, doesn't get a drop again, which is unfortunate because now he's all the way down to 28%, so he is forced to go for the rest here because he dies to another Hyper Voice. And he does indeed go for the rest, as I believe I go for the combine, and I mean I go for the hyper voice again because I knew I'd kill if he didn't go for the rest. So now I know he's gonna switch. He shouldn't stay in here, so I'm gonna go for toxic, protecting the Entei, as you'll see right here. And he does switch right into the Entei as I get the toxic off, and that's cool because now he's gonna be taking life orb and toxic. So yeah, my predictions so far have been pretty good. He got me on the Garchomp switching though, which is kind of shitty. But what are you gonna do about it? Anyways, I have a Manaphy at 100%, so there's no reason to not go into Manaphy. I'm going to go right into my Manaphy, as he's going to go for the Sacred Fire. He has no reason not to. I could have gone for Protect, just to get more toxic damage off, but it didn't really matter. He's going to burn me again, which is unfortunate, because now I'm forced to go for Rain Dance instead of Scald, and potentially get a burn on the Shaman. So I'm going to go straight for the Rain Dance, because really I can't stay burned. I decided to play a little ballsy here, because I knew he was switching to the Shaman. I wanted to get a Toxic off on it because, damage is great. And I knew I'd be able to eat 2 Sacred Fires even after the switching because there's no Stealth Rock up in the field. So yeah, I predict that and I go for the Toxic. So yeah, that was great. Man, I don't remember any of these plays. Well, I remember some of them. Anyways, he goes for the C Flare, gets a crit but no drop, so that's great. I'm all the way back at 94%. He doesn't have a switch in for Sludge Bomb anymore because his Entei is really, really weakened. He's going to go for the rest, but that doesn't really help him because he dies to 3 Sludge Bombs. I should get a really high roll there. And if I get the same roll, actually no, well, even with a low roll, I kill him now because I got a 51% roll and then a 58% roll. So now he's going to go right back into his Entei. And he's going to eat a Sludge Bomb, and he's going to take a Sludge Bomb plus Toxic damage, so he dies to another Life Orb hit plus Toxic. So I'm going to go into my Manaphy because I know I can eat any hit that this thing can throw off on me. He's going to go straight for the Flare Blitz this time, so he's just going to die to the Recoil plus Life Orb. So there you go. My Manaphy did exactly what I had to do. I built it just so it could take on Entei, and it took on the Entei and the Garchomp too, which even in the sand it was able to eat. Well, it wasn't in the sand, but oh wait, it did go for Earthquake against me. So yeah, that was its full moveset. Wow, I can't believe I said it didn't have Earthquake. Yeah, jeez, I'm really bad at this game. I'm sorry, but yeah, it ate. I'm pretty sure it was a max attack Adamant Garchomp, and it did 36%. So there you go. That's great. Because you don't run Adamant on a sticky web team. Doesn't make any sense. Anyways, I'm going to go back into my lose memes because it's just my greatest switch that I could possibly switch into. He goes for C Flare, doesn't get a drop, and that's great because drops are really bad. And he goes for the Psychic, and he finally gets a drop here with the Psychic. That's the first drop with Psychic he's gotten all day. And I go for Sludge Bomb, and he gets poisoned, so that pretty much just wraps up the game. My Mugus gets the poison kill as I win 3-0 against Sky Trainer Silver. Do I agree that I got a good amount of hacks? Yes, because I got the crit on the Gothitelle, which could have potentially mattered, because I would have my Garchomp would die to Ice Beam if I made the same exact sequence of plays. If I swapped into my Garchomp, it could have Earthquake. So yeah, that definitely is kind of unfortunate for Silver, but he did play really, really well. I just had with that Entei set, my Amoonguss and my Manaphy, since they were both defensive this week. Not to mention I had a Sylveon with Wish. It was a Cleric. It almost made it impossible for him to break the core. The Calm Mind Gothitelle would definitely destroy my core because I don't have Calm Mind on my Sylveon, so that definitely could have easily won him the game. But the explosion on my camera, I guess you could say, worked because I knew that could potentially be a scenario that I'd have to face. And like I said, even if it didn't kill, my Garchomp killed, and he would have to switch, and yeah, that would be bad for him because he would pretty much be in range of any of my hits from Amoonguss or any of my hits from my Pokemon. So, did it really matter? I mean, I don't know. It would have been great to see what would have happened, but can't really do anything about it. I am sorry. I do apologize for the hacks, but that was a great match. Like that was a really fun match. I was having fun the whole time. But anyways, That's my week 1 match, and we start 1-0. It's not every time. It's not every day when we get a week 1 win. Most of the time we lose our week 1 matches actually, so that's great. So now the Texas Turtwigs week 2 will be facing the Golden State War Turtles and Dom. And Dom apparently is like one of the one of the best battlers in the SBL. Apparently, from what I've heard, and that's definitely intimidating. And yeah. But I like facing threats. I like facing challenges. So I'm definitely excited to play him. Like I'm excited to see how good this guy really is because I've never played him, and everybody says that he's like the greatest battler of all time. So yeah, I'm happy to get the opportunity on playing him, and I hope we both have great games when I do play him. Anyways, let me go over his team really quick before I exit out for you guys. His team consists of Megalopony, Raikou, Dragonite, Cresselia, Vaporeon, Blissey, Tangrowth, Granbull, Magneton, Claydol, Mismagius, and Dazatu. So this guy's team is basically Megalopony with Stall, and do I like that? Not really, but me and my boy Hunter, we spent like 3 hours building a team for him, and you'll be able to see the team. It's looking really fresh. I can't wait for you guys to see it. But yeah, I'm Mr. Trader Josh, and I'll be seeing you guys later. Au revoir and peace.